Strength and conditioning is the systematic physical development of competitive athletes, usually done in a group environment at the collegiate level. As a strength and conditioning coach, my primary goal is to use applied sports science to maximize qualities such as strength, size, speed, power, and agility in order to optimize performance in the athlete's sport. My secondary goal is to reduce the risk of injury, as the best ability is availability. A team can't win without any healthy players. I'm Coach Scott Hobbs, and I'm the Head Strength and Conditioning Coordinator here at Kutztown University. I'm originally from the United Kingdom, where I worked primarily with track, rugby and rowing. In the US, I've spent time at Lehigh University, University of Pennsylvania, and I spent the last 5 years at Army West Point up in New York, working with the Division I cadet athletes there across various sports. I jumped on the opportunity to take over this position here at KU. It's a great opportunity to build and develop a program, work with some excellent student athletes, and also for me to move back to the Lehigh Valley area. In simplest terms, my job is to get athletes stronger, faster, and more resilient to injury so they can perform optimally in their sport and to stay healthy. I do this by focusing on technical execution of all movements, both in the weight room, so our barbell, dumbbell, and body weight lifts, and on the field or on the court. So this would include sprinting, jumping, change of direction, and any sport-specific movements as well. After our athletes are competent at this, I'll add load and add speed to those movements and really try and get them strong and as fast as possible. And whilst doing this, I'm always working on bulletproofing them as well, so by strengthening common injury sites for their respective sport. A typical day would start around 6 a.m. and it would end around 6 p.m. I'd have anywhere from 5 to 9 hours where I'm actively coaching athletes either in the weight room or out on the field. And then the rest of the time is dedicated to administrative work, so writing programs, meeting coaches or athletic trainers, doing paperwork, and getting my own workout in, of course. And we'll see anywhere from 150 to 300 athletes every day. My main goal is to create self-sufficient athletes who understand the how, the what, and most importantly, why we're doing the things that we're doing in the program. And this will give them the best chance to excel in sport even after they graduate college. Alongside this, I want to really build a winning team culture by holding athletes accountable to the rules, setting and maintaining high standards, and also allowing leaders to emerge within the teams. Strength and conditioning, in my opinion, isn't just about lifting weights. I believe it's another element to developing team culture. I think it helps develop character, it builds accountability, it helps teams bond, and it allows leaders to emerge who may not stand out actually in the sport itself. Every sport we have will fall somewhere on a spectrum of being more reliant on certain abilities, but there's typically more similarities than differences when it comes to the weight room. All of our teams will perform some kind of squat, some type of hinge, they'll all be pressing, they'll be pulling, they'll be jumping. The specific exercise though and the actual intensity will be determined by that athlete's competence or that team's competence, the specific needs, and then their training level. So first I'll look at the common injuries associated within the sport. So that could be knee injuries, ankles, shoulders, etc. I'll then add exercises that will directly strengthen those specific areas. I'll also screen athletes to see if individuals or certain groups within the sport have movement restrictions, and I can then modify workouts and incorporate more mobility exercises to work on this. So one key example is for our overhead athletes, and this can include quarterbacks, pitchers for baseball, volleyball players, swimmers, and so on. They'll often have additional shoulder or arm care to do on top of their workout, and they'll also have exercise modifications that are designed to limit stress on the shoulder. For example, they'll floor press instead of regular bench press, and so on. So team building makes everything more efficient for us, from distributing workouts to athletes rather than printing or relying on printing out tons of paper, to communicating with athletes, so the app has a messaging system built within it, and even to recording workout and testing data. The app itself will analyze workout data that the athlete inputs, and it will predict their 1 rep maxes from that, which will then be used in the following workouts. And this saves us from testing 1 rep maxes or other types of tests constantly in the weight room. It also allows our athletes to track and progress throughout their own workouts. So the primary differences between in-season and off-season lifts is the volume, so basically the total amount of work that's being done in every workout, and the frequency of the workouts. So when we're off-season, we're focusing on building strength and power, and for some sports, size as well, which means we'll do more within a workout and we'll lift more frequently. When we're in season, we're kind of more into maintenance mode, and so our lifts are lower in volume. They can still be heavy, but the volume, the amount of reps, for example, will be lower, and that way we'll minimize fatigue, and we'll lift less frequently due to the competition schedules.